Rosemary has asked, a developmental editor suggested my dialogue was too on the nose. Any suggestions on how to improve that issue? Thank you. On the nose dialogue. Yes, I've been there. So on the nose dialogue, for those of you who don't know, it's when you sort of, it's when the characters sort of state things a little obviously. I would say my best piece of advice is to try to implement more subtext. So on the nose is basically the opposite of subtext dialogue. So a subtext dialogue, I'm trying to think of an example off the top of my head, which of course I can never do. Yeah, so I can't come up with subtext off the top of my head. But we actually do have a lecture about this in Crafting Dynamic Characters with Mary Cole. She has a really fabulous breakdown of different types of dialogue. So she does direct dialogue, subtext dialogue, and there's a couple different kinds and I'm not remembering what they are. But you might need to review that lecture. And if you haven't already taken that course, at least watch that lecture because I think it's going to really help you break down what the different types of dialogue are. But really what you need to be doing is writing around things. So instead of characters coming right out and saying things, especially important things, you need to be probably using more subtext. But instead of just adding subtext just to add subtext, always filter it through your character. How would your character approach this topic? You know, if you have a character who is shy or doesn't like confrontation, chances are they're not going to use on the nose dialogue. They're not just going to say, I don't like the way that you said that to me, because that's a confrontation. They're going to speak around it. So I would also give you the tip of, you should always be filtering your dialogue through who your character is. How would this person approach this piece of information or this piece of dialogue? And when you do that, you can really start to shift how it's said so that it doesn't feel so on the nose. If you enjoyed this video, we've got a lot more on writingmastery.com. Check the description for links to our blog, free writing tools, and more. Happy writing.